everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Up Real Talk. And guess what? It's time for us to get straight up and real. I warned you guys in previous videos that this was coming. A whole video based on bullying, and that's exactly what this is on. An event earlier today where a friend called me and told me about him walking in on his little brother about ready to kill himself, ready to hang himself out of a fucking window, has made me decide it's time. It's time to bring this video out. It's time to bring attention to what bullying does. Now, most people will sit there and say, oh, well, just because he was about ready to hang himself doesn't mean he's being bullied. He could have some severe depression. Or maybe he just lost his mind. No. When my friend ended up stopping his little brother from doing this, they sat down and talked. And it turned out the reason why he was doing this was because he was tired of being picked on and bullied. He was tired of feeling like he was nothing. He was tired of feeling like there was something wrong with him just because a bunch of kids at school decided to treat him like that. Bullying is a very serious offense, and it's something that is related to both suicide and depression. Look up the facts. Get real with yourself. Those that have depression as a teen, the biggest thing that they bitch and moan about and complain about while depressed is how they are picked on. You may see them smile, you may see them laugh, and you may see them do everything else. But behind that smile and laugh, there's a broken child that's in a very dark place. I know, I've been there. I myself suffer from clinical depression. I myself have been the one to have a knife to my wrist ready to slice it. I myself have been in a very dark place. And I still go there quite a bit. No, mine isn't from bullying now, but it was back in high school. I try to act tough. I try to act like this big badass that no one can affect. But I'm human, and we all have feelings. When you bully someone, when you pick on them, just because of the fact that they're fat, they're too skinny, they're too ugly, they're too pretty, they're too prissy, or whatever your reasoning may be, you knock them down a couple notches. And you know what? It's not just the bully's fault, but it's our fault too. And the reason why is because we sit back and we do nothing about it. So let's get real with ourselves. We need to start standing up. We need to start realizing that when we do see this bullying, we need to say something. We need to bring attention to it. Do not let bullying continue. Make a stand with me and say enough is enough. It is time to let the bullies of all around the world know that they will not be able to bully anymore. Schools are starting to crack down on it. The schools have realized that teen suicide has been linked to bullying. Teen depression has been linked to bullying. And furthermore, bullying is just harassment. I don't know what is going on in your life, if you're a bully, that makes you feel like you can only get by in this world if you bring someone else down. But let me explain something to you. That's not how you get by in this world. Not in the real world. Maybe in your world where parents turn around and say, oh, bullying is just being a part of a kid. No, it's not. Now, I am not one to protect a kid 24/7. I'm not one that wants to turn around and say, we gotta protect all the kids from everything. Because then they're not gonna know what happens in the real world. But there is unnecessary stuff that they have to go through that we should be putting a stop to. I'm, for one, am done with allowing bullying to just go by unwatched or unstopped or not paid attention to. I also want to take the time to discuss something a little bit more serious, or at least in my eyes, it's a little bit more serious. Suicide. We recently lost a great comedian, Robin Williams, to suicide, and no one knew that he had it. No one knew that he was depressed. No one could tell. He was having a good time. He was making videos, making movies. There were so many movies that were left unfinished by his untimely death. But nonetheless, he did suffer from depression. And that's the problem, is no one can understand, no one can grasp what depression is. Because your best friend that sits next to you every day can suffer from this. The problem with this is when people make an attempt to tell other people, hey, I feel like killing myself, everyone takes it for an outcry for attention. And it's not always an outcry for attention. Sometimes it's serious. Suicide is the third leading death in the United States. It's greater than war and greater than murder. And yet we still turn a blind eye when someone turns around and comes up to us and says, hey, I feel like I'm going to kill myself. Why? Why do we do this? Why do we do this to our fellow human beings? Why do we do this to our fellow friends? Is our life that important that we can't take 5 minutes to get this person to call the suicide hotline? That we can't take 5 minutes to let this person rant and rave at us, so that way they know we care? Because you know what? Sometimes, whether you want to believe this or not, it takes one person to show that they care, to change someone's mind. And the sad thing is you could be one of those people. Now, I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying that every single one of you viewers out there will turn a blind eye. I know some of you, somewhere out there, would be able to listen. And I'm saying right now, I'm here to listen. To every single person that watches this video, whether you happen on by chance, or you happen on because you subscribed, or you happen on by skipping through other videos, I want you to know I'm here to listen. In the description below, there's going to be the link to the U.S. Suicide Hotline. And there's also going to be a link to my Twitter, to my Tumblr, and to my Facebook page. You may contact me through either one of those pages, and I promise you I will be here to listen, because I care. I care. I care about every single one of you. I want you all to know that if you're sitting here debating suicide and watching this video, don't. I'm asking you. I'm not just asking. I am begging you. Please don't. Because it's not worth it. Every single one of you have a life to live, and you never know what possibilities lie right around the corner. I know life is hard, especially when we're growing up. But I promise you, it does get better. I know you guys hear that all the time. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. And then day after day, the bullying continues. And day after day, the fighting at home continues. And day after day, the abuse continues. And you can't seem to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I promise you, it's there. It's just out of your sight. You just need to keep going. And I care enough about you all to sit there and ask you, do not do that. Don't end your life prematurely. Because for all you know, you might be the one to discover the cure for cancer. Because no matter what happens, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. You just need to find the courage and strength to keep going. I myself have attempted suicide numerous times. I myself fell off the path and felt weak. But I promise you, deep down inside, you have the strength to continue on. I'm here for all of you. Every single person that watches this video. I care. Because I might not know you personally, but one life, one single life lost to suicide, especially suicide linked to bullying, when that could have been put a stop to, is one life too many. I don't even know what to do to end this video. I don't know what to tell you to put in the comments. Because this isn't a regular episode. This is me reaching out to every single one of you and letting you know that life does get better. It doesn't seem like it now. It won't seem like it tomorrow. And it won't seem like it the next day. But it does get better. But you need to also realize that you gotta give the strength and will to keep going, to make things more positive. The only thing standing in your way is you. That's it. The world is your limit. As long as you're not standing in the way. Don't give in. I think that's pretty much it for this episode. I don't even know what to tell you. Down in the comments, go ahead and, you know what? I want you guys to share your experiences. And I want you guys to be there for each other. Show people that you care. Let's be the positive force in each other's life that we need to be a positive force on humanity. In the meantime, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Maybe even, hey, give it a share. Share this, a matter of fact, there we go. Share this video with someone that needs to know that they're not alone. And that there is someone out there that cares for them. On top of that, if you want more straight up, real talk, although this really wasn't a regular episode, it was still straight up, it was still real for you. I didn't sugarcoat it. If you want more of it, go ahead and subscribe. And at the same time, remember, keep it real and know that it does get better. In the meantime, just be yourself. Don't sell out. Be yourself. Because that's what matters in this world. Is our unique abilities. In the meantime, I salute you guys. Remember, it takes us to make a change in this world. If you want bullying to stop, we need to put a stop to it. If you want that suicide rate to go down, we need to be there for one another. And just remember, it does get better. And I care, and I'm here for each and every one of you. Until next time, keep it real.